What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to the vlog. Now, last winter was our first winter in our self-converted Sprinter van named Luna. Since building out the van, we have been in a total extreme range of temperatures, right from sub-zero temperatures up in Jackson Hole to literally like 100-degree weather this spring up in the California desert. With a lot more trips and adventures planned, I really just want to make sure the van is as safe, warm, and practical as it can be, specifically for this upcoming winter. Now I'm gonna do a separate video just talking about the certain things I've done in the van build to make sure that I stay warm during the winter, because I really built Luna to be able to go skiing in the winter while also being able to enjoy the summer months. So it's kind of like this weird hybrid van, but all in all, it's worked out great. Now, I added windows both here on the slider door and behind me where you see these coverings. I enjoy the windows because it allows me to be able to see outside and just get some natural light in the van, but one of the biggest drawbacks with putting windows in your van is that it's like a super hot spot for energy to transfer through, whether that's losing heat in the winter or heat coming in the summer. So it's kind of like if I were to just build a straight winter van, I honestly probably wouldn't put any windows at all. In the winter, one of the biggest things I keep in mind when I'm running my heater and things like that is just making sure that I'm trying to keep as much heat retained in the van as possible. And the biggest source of loss of that heat, I'm not really talking well today, but you guys get what I'm saying, is this main cab area. I have window coverings and insulative shades that help keep the heat in, but I wanted to take that a step further and add a privacy curtain and also like another insulative barrier to really make sure the living quarters here stays warm. So when I go skiing for the day, I can have the heater on, really close off this area and make sure this area is nice and warm. So what I did to hopefully achieve this is that I bought a insulated blackout sort of like thermal big room divider actually to put in between the cab and the living area. Now, this isn't really like totally figured out yet, but I think I have a system that will at least work for what I need it for. And I basically have this curtain kind of tucked in between my seat and the actual back of the tile here. And I can just kind of now unroll it essentially. And I have just like these really cheap plastic clips here, just clamp right up on my headboard there. So now when I'm just parked and the van is not moving, things like that, I kind of have a way to both give myself some more privacy back here so people can't see through the dash, and hopefully insulate this a little bit better so the heat stays more back here in the living area. It's pretty simple, it's nothing revolutionary, but it's something that I didn't have all last winter or even like in the summer, and I just always wished that I had an easy way to kind of block off the cab without always having to set up the window shades up in the dash, because they do kind of take a little while and they are kind of cumbersome. So this way I can hopefully just pull this across, clip it up, and we're good to go. I'm just totally doing this like on the fly right now with you guys, but one of the things I noticed is that this will obviously cover the heater vent here. So I think what I have to do is just cut a hole so this can kind of sit over the top. So I don't think this needs to be exact, and I guess we're just gonna cut into this brand new sheet here. But if we cut in there, just kind of something like that. I don't think this is really at risk of any sort of fire with just the blower vent here, but now at least we have something that goes around the heater vent. I'm hoping this works. Again, I don't really know, but I don't think it's super complicated. I just need some sort of thermal barrier between the cab and the dash. So this is kind of my solution to fix that for now. This is kind of a weird angle to film that, but the second thing I am addressing, and it's sort of always been in my head in the winter times, is this fan vent right here. Literally when I blow heat, I feel like it just, the way the heat it blows, it kind of blows upwards, and I feel like it just comes right out of this vent. This is literally a vent with just a piece of plastic on it, so the amount of heat loss that I feel like I lose here has got to be just like crazy. So the company that makes my window shades also makes the same sort of shade thermal covering for my fan vent here. So in order to install this, I actually need to pull this trim piece down, put some magnets in there, and then the piece should just magnet to that. So that's what we got to do. All right, nice and easy. We still got our insulation up there, our wires, everything looks good. It basically says to just put this on the fan vent here, and we'll see that the magnets kind of lay naturally. Then I literally just tape them down and we should be all set. magnet should kind of just like fall into place here. You can see they're just like these really tiny little stack of magnets here. So now you can see I've laid all the magnets. There was 14 total, so 4 on one side and then like 3 on the other. I don't know if there's an exact sort of way to do it, but they just kind of all clipped in place to where the magnets lined up. And now I just need to use that blue tape and just tape them down so they don't move, and we should be good to go. So now the moment of truth, will it snap up there? Ta-da, yes it will. Beautiful. And then what's really nice is I can just pull back a third of it, and then I can still control the fan, open it up if I want. So it's not really completely limiting my options here, but then I can just plop that on. And now we got a nice protected, insulated fan vent. So hopefully it's gonna try to keep some of the heat from just coming right up and out the fan vent here, but it still allows us some flexibility when we're cooking, or if we just wanna have half of it, things like that. So that's actually really easy to install, just the magnets, and it matches the other ones in the van as well. So super stoked on that. Now the third thing, and this is a bit off topic from the thermal insulative things, and you guys might be like, what the heck are these things? But these are what are called max tracks, or traction boards, basically. And what these allow you to do is you put them underneath your tire if you're stuck in either snow, mud, sand, doesn't really matter. And you can see like these grooves on here give your tire and your tire tread something to actually grip on. So if we ever get stuck in the snow like we did at Grand Targhee that one time, I could essentially just kind of throw these under the tire, and they will help the van or whatever car you're in get some traction to at least get out of the current spot that they're in. You might have to use these a few times, almost like a little like bridge or train of them. They're super durable, they're huge, they're heavy, they're a lot bigger than I thought they were gonna be. But they even have like a built-in shovel. If you use it this way, you can kind of dig your way out of things. But I need to figure out if I want to mount these on the back of the van or if I should just stick them inside, because they are a lot bigger, like I said, than I thought. They're probably like 3 feet tall. This is kind of one of those things to make sure we stay safe, and if we ever do get stuck again, whether it's in a parking lot or going down a road or something, between these good tires and tire chains, I'm very, very confident that even though Luna is a two-wheel drive van, we have all the tools to kind of be equipped and get ourselves out of any sticky situation. So the number 3 thing are some all black max tracks. Two more things that I bought for the van, and I'd love to hear your guys' input on if you think they are stupid and just not gonna work the way I envision it, or if you think might have some potential. We'll see how it goes. The very first thing is this small little fake little rug. And let me explain. The reason why I have this is the biggest thing with my van is that the floor gets ice cold in the winter. The floor is insulated, but you're still in a van in the winter. So short of putting like radiant heated floors on here or something, or redoing the entire insulation somehow, I figured maybe a little rug will just make it so it's not so cold in the morning when I get up out of bed and things like that. But I don't know if it's just going to get dirty and filled with snow and mud when I actually use it. But I figured if it doesn't work out, I can always just take it out and wash it and just not put it back in. But it's kind of like right here in the main kitchen and sort of walk area when the bed is down. So I'm gonna give it a shot. It kind of goes with the rest of the van in terms of the color scheme. So that's the first thing. The second thing is this totally Amazon bought like coat rack for a car. And you can see it extends, and I have it across the cab area on the like handlebars there. And this area right here is kind of rubbered, so it will grip the hangers and things like that. So my thought process with this is that when I do these weekend ski trips, I need a place for my gear to kind of like dry out, at least overnight. And before, I would be like hanging it over the seats, or just kind of like throwing it sort of in places that doesn't really allow it to dry out. So I was thinking maybe because I'd have this cab area closed off, I could just throw this across and just hang my socks, my gloves, pants, things like that, anything that needs to dry out. Maybe this could just help me sort of use this space a little bit more when I'm not driving and just sleeping for the night. So let me know what you guys think. Again, I don't know if this is totally just like a gimmick and just not gonna work and I should find another option, but I do think both of these have potential. But if you have any experience with that, let me know. And I hope this video might have helped some of you guys if you're planning to do a nomadic sort of winter or have currently been doing it or anything like that. But let me know. Well guys, that was a pretty chill video on this sort of gloomy but kind of warm Saturday. I'm getting a little concerned that we just don't have any snow for opening day here in the next few weeks, and it's been warm enough where they probably aren't blowing any snow. But drop any recommendations or comments or any insight if you have them. But thank you guys for watching. I'll see all of you guys in the next video. Take it easy, fam. Peace out.